keep an eye out for any zany, wacky characters that pop up.
Ooh-wee! Whatever you want, Rick. We're here to help.
Thanks, Mr. Poopy Butthole. I always could count on you.
Oh my goodness. Hi, greetings and salutations. I forgot to go live on the stupid Instagram. Let me do that real quickly.
Oh.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday, January 15th, my mommy's birthday. And we just realized that since Martin Luther King Day is on Monday, Howard has, in fact, taken that day off both last year and the year before, and probably the year before that. So odds are there will not be a show on Monday. What are you drinking there, Dennis? I thought you bought those for the parade. What are you doing drinking them now?
I bought vodka for the parade because it's a dry parade. It's a little bit of Woodford Reserve.
Why?
What?
Why are you drinking the airplane
Because
business
I wanted
class
to try.
bottles?
I usually don't buy this one, and I wanted to try it.
Oh, so that's wait. Let me see how much that offers you. How much was that little bottle, and how much do you get
It
for
was
that?
like $2.50.
$2.50. $2.50.
$2.50.
All right, very good. Well, I'm joined tonight by Dennis, aka the Jackie Chair, and Xavier, the cat that you see below me.
Hola.
Hola.
You know what's funny about those little drinks? Those transactions, no matter where you buy them, it always starts with, "Hey, buddy."
Hey, buddy. You know, I remember when my dad used to like collect those when I was a kid, and my sister and I used to take little sips, like you never knew. And then we would like replace it with water. And so by the time I don't even know,
Jesus.
they were just water, you know, because they were all like dark bottles. You couldn't really tell what was in them. And they were so cute and they were so tiny. I just love them. I just love them. Okay, so today's show is going to be a I don't know, guitar and various
Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin,
Zeppuhlin.
yes, Led Zeppelin, and yeah, so we have a lot to get to. Let me see how many clips I have for tonight. Give me a second.
Victory laps too. Victory laps.
Oh, you know what? I have a lot of clips. 26 clips today. I don't know why. Just things started. I don't know. It was just bullshitting so much about guitar play and everything like that. And it was so awful and so horrible. And, you know, he feels the need because his narcissism dictates that he let us hear where he is at in the process of playing the guitar.
Yes.
And it's still really, really bad. It's still really bad.
I think it's funny that a couple of weeks ago we saw a Channel 9 episode where he's on stage with a band playing guitar, you know, and it's just like, and he's acting like within the last few months, like the guitar was invented.
Yeah.
Yes. He's been trying to actually learn guitar since the late 80s.
Since we've known him.
Yeah.
Really.
And he used to actually be a little bit better than this, but I think his old decrepit hands just can't do it. He doesn't have any strength in his fingers.
And you know what? For as spindly as they are, you would think, honestly, you would think that with those, you know, praying mantis like claws that he has, that he would be like very adept at playing guitar, but he's actually quite awful. Honestly, he's
Well,
quite
he does zero manual labor of any kind. He's essentially a veal, you
yes.
know, and he's got like long, dainty fingers.
Yes, he does. But they don't do him service. Like they're just not like they're almost like piano fingers. I would think that piano would be more his thing.
That would be too hard for him too. He can't push those keys down.
Anyway, much regret for his parents not, you know, pushing him to play guitar, which is so stupid. And we'll talk about it when we get to the clips. But let's start with the start. Here we go.
I'm not wearing my jacket because it's too hot down here.
Oh, the friggin' humidity. It was the humidity. I forgot all about that.
I
wondered.
cannot.
I said, oh, he's showing his arms today.
Yeah, well, not a good look for me. It's one television. We had a television show back in the 90s, and the executive producer said, hey, showing your arms on TV is not a good idea. Your arms are not for television. And yeah. That was that guy, Bob. Remember him? He just was like, that's not a good idea. And I was like, you know, this whole show's not a good idea.
Yeah, there you were, giving it all you've got. That was That's the best you had at the time. That channel.
So that's why he got that Capricorn tattoo.
Yes.
Right.
Who's Bob?
I think he was like the producer at Channel 9 show.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't the producer of the Channel 9 show. It wasn't Bob. I don't know who this Bob is. It's no proper name, just Bob.
Yeah. It's Bob. Okay, sure. Bob.
Sure, it's
Bob.
Bob.
So anyway, he's complaining about the temperature. He's a little bit warm in there, but of course, this leads into what everybody wants to hear about,
Humidity.
which is humidity. And yeah, he's got to call in the humidity experts because he needs somebody who does pretty much everything for him. Therefore, sure, why not somebody who's knowledgeable on humidity? I mean, the whole conversation. There's always like little glimmers of what his life really is, and you realize that he is absolutely incapable of doing anything for himself. I mean, he really is incapable.
You know what's amazing to me is that you would start any show that's sort of like big, because this is a well-known show, even though nobody listens to it anymore, with the topic of temperature. I remember one of my first gigs as a PA, you had to drive the head of the company, and you would get fired if you didn't have a conversation with her. And one of the automatic things for termination is if you start off by talking about the weather. The weather was never allowed. She would say, I expect to have a conversation, and weather is not an option. And if you did, you would get fired. Literally.
Damn.
So it's just, but it's true though. If you go on any first date or anything like that, and you start talking about temperatures and weather, then you might just stop right there. It ain't gonna go.
It's worse than that, honestly. And I mean this sincerely because I've been there.
What?
Is the guy on a date who starts off by telling you jokes? It's like,
No.
that is not an icebreaker.
Hey, did you hear the one about the puppy and the ice pick?
No.
I'm just kidding.
I had a good one actually for you. Hey, did you hear about the Hey, did you hear about the strip club? Did you hear about the strip club with dancers that had no arms or legs?
Oh God, no.
The place is crawling with pussy.
Oh.
Actually, that's actually pretty funny.
Thanks, Jackie.
I thought that was cute. Okay,
It was funny.
What? Oh, it was. Okay, thank you. All right, so let's talk about humidity because that's a very important part. Hey, who's what's going on there? Puzzle stash. Little puzzle stash. All right, here we go. Calling in humidity experts.
And then the next thing I know, nothing was working. Then I'm calling in experts. And now I've spent a small fortune trying to get the humidity in my house balanced to 45 to 55. And even the guys putting it in go, we're baffled. We have the same equipment in our house and it works fine, but your humidity just went into lockdown. I go, lockdown? What do you mean lockdown? What's lockdown? The system went into lockdown. Maybe the water in your home is hard, and maybe it's. I go, what? Hard water? What? How do I fix that? And
how am I taking crazy pills that he's the only human being in the world that doesn't know how to adjust his humidity?
Yes. You know
Literally.
why?
Yeah.
Literally, they have, at least for the last 5 years, they sell thermostats that you just tap a button on your phone and it does it all for you. You don't literally, thinking is not even a requirement. And this motherfucker in his $100 million house can't figure that shit out.
He's going to talk about his Sonos system.
So do you know why it worked in those guys' houses and not his? Because they were normal houses, not a Holiday Inn. Okay, that's why.
That may be true, but the thought is just lockdown. Just have a room. I mean, I literally have a humidifier in my basement. Yes. That it runs constantly.
What, a humidifier or a dehumidifier?
dehumidifier. Oh, that's true. Well, same difference
It's
because
the same thing. You could buy a humidifier
so it's the
for a
same.
whole room. I mean, they do make those. They have them like use them out in Vegas, so you don't like turn to leather.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And then he should be thrilled when he gets down to Florida because my humidity down here right now is well, it's actually kind of dry because it's really shitty outside.
It's been very dry today, actually.
Yeah, it's very dry. Let me see. My humidity is 51%. So yeah, but that's perfect for him. But
That'd
he's
be-
in Miami and he's
Well-
right in the water. It should be perfect for him.
I'm at 56%.
One last thing. Houses with that square footage. Oh, Jesus Christ, it's good. They have like 6 or 8 different air conditioning units.
Yes.
So a house like that, it's not like, like my pad, I have 2, one for upstairs, one for downstairs. It's easy to partition a particular area to just air condition,
Of course. But let's continue on because this is not over. This is not over.
No, it is not.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. So this ties into the Sonos issue. There's obviously a Sonos problem as well. So let's hear about that.
But then she'll call me every night. The Sonos doesn't work, and I just go, ah. Then I got to get on then I have to, because she's like, just fuck it, I don't care, and I know she cares, and then I get involved, and I'm making phone calls, and everyone's like, well, that's because I go, how do we make this thing work on a consistent basis?
So wait, I just need you to hear something I wasn't paying attention to, but I caught it the first time around.
Every night, the Sonos doesn't work, and I just go,
Hold on.
but then she'll call me every night.
She'll call me every night and say the Sonos system is not working. Where's she calling you?
Well, that's because it's on the other side of the mansion, and it's easier to call than try to walk over there, which would take 20 minutes.
She calls me every night.
Sonos doesn't work, and I just go, ah. Then I got to get on then I have to, because she's like, just fuck it, I don't care, and I know she cares, and then I get involved, and I'm making phone calls, and everyone's like, well, that's because I go,
why? What?
How do we
I'll tell
make
you
this
why.
thing
I'll tell you
work
why.
on a consistent
I got
basis?
this.
Yeah, why is there a because?
And what's the
That it's not working.
Plus, I paid a whole bunch of money because the last guys I had couldn't make it work, and then
So here's what's going on in Howard's house.
What's
Now-
going on?
Okay, I got this. So Howard's house is filled with one of those whole house audio system things that and I remember we talked about it one day, but that was popular back in the early late 1900s
1900s.
the late 1900s, early aughts, and those systems have become albatrosses for most people's homes because they're not updating the system anymore, and it's pre-wired into your friggin' walls. So in
Yes.
order to dismantle it, you have to literally take everything out of the walls. And I think what's happening is that the Sonos is conflicting with the other stupid system that he has there. Now, I happen to have like a Sonos, not really a system, but it's a Sonos speaker for the TV, like one of those long speakers. And then I have like 3 little Sonos Bluetooth speakers, like all around the house. And legitimately, all I have to do is go onto the app, press Sonos, and then click where I want the music. And it has never been an issue. Like never, ever. It is a seamless system. And these morons, and I think the more people you have getting involved with like the stuff that you do and whatever, the more it fucks up. And he still doesn't know how to use YouTube TV, which I find. What are you doing, Dad? You're driving me crazy.
Sorry, I just turned my camera off then. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Puzzle needed some attention.
Yes. She's actually
No,
looking at
but
us. Oh, there she is.
no joke.
Yeah.
No joke. This is technology as of like 2 seconds ago. I could literally tell my watch to turn on music for my dogs in the kitchen right now or the living room, whatever. Literally, not like literally almost just pressing one button. And these morons with their millions of dollars of investment. I mean, just to look at their TV. The fact that they still have a TV that they have a cutout for, that's one of those old TVs. It just
Yes.
shows you what complete idiots they are. But no joke. I could talk to my watch and tell it to do stuff.
Yeah. Yes, we understand that completely. So the last guy that was there apparently didn't fix the problem, but let's talk about
Plus, I paid a whole bunch of money because the last guys I had couldn't make it work. And then this new guy came in and he said, spend a ton of money and we'll get this thing working. You'll never have a problem again. I believed him. I should have known better, but me, I just, I don't really use any equipment because that way I'm not disappointed.
Wow. I mean, it's amazing that he can't use YouTube TV. Like my mother, she's in her 70s. She uses YouTube
He
TV.
doesn't understand how to record things on it. He doesn't
It's so
understand how
easy.
to recall things on it. Like he just doesn't know how to use it. And he's so used to, again, technology that really hasn't been TiVo, hasn't been a thing again since the late 1900s.
Well, actually, I read an article
That
today.
was so funny, like to say the late 1900s. What were you gonna say?
I read an article today. You won't believe this. At CES, TiVo came out and is doing a partnership with one of the TV manufacturers to put TiVo on these TVs. I swear to God, it's actually happening.
What, Radio Shack and Tandy?
Andy.
And I'm like, why?
Why?
Well, just why? Why would you even need it?
There is no need for that. I mean, I guess that some people have, smart TVs aren't smart, really. They're really not that smart.
No.
Because that is another thing where because it turns so quickly that the technology is passe in 2 or 3 years. I mean, I have a beautiful stupid Vizio upstairs in my bedroom that I had to get like a Roku or something for, because nothing on the smart portion of it is really basically working anymore.
Well, that's all I use is Roku's in my house. And seriously, I don't even rely on I have a beautiful Samsung in my living room, but I don't use any of the stuff built into it. I just have a Roku attached to it. It's like,
Yeah, what about Al? Don't
Yeah.
hop me about the Vizio, okay? My
hey, I have Vizios. I have 2 of them. They're good.
my real TV is a I don't know, what do I have, Xavier? I have a
You have the LG OLED
70 inch,
65, I think is what you said.
65. Right.
And it's like top of the line shit. But no, like I have a Vizio in my bedroom, the 50 inch. It's no need for anything fancier than that,
For bedroom use, there's nothing wrong with a Vizio. Vizio is like, they were geniuses. They took parts from everybody, basically.
Yes.
They're like $2 Chuck. They took grapes, they took parts from everybody and just built great TVs with everybody's like leftover parts. And yeah, it works beautifully. But the OLED is actually a beautiful TV. I am actually sad that more programs aren't in like 1080 or 4K or whatever to appreciate.
No, I think let me interpret Mo. She's sad that the Dolby Vision isn't available in 120 refresh rate on her 4K TV.
Yes, there's that. There is that. No, TV is not a TV. There are different.
No.
It's like wine is wine. It's just not. It's just not.
And a newsflash: most of the monitors, most TVs you buy, Sony, LG, whatever, they all have sourced from the same monitors, basically. So don't get on your high horse, people.
But truly, LG only does like 2 or 3 things well. Like I know they do like ranges of everything now, appliances and everything.
Yes.
They do washing machines and dryers, and they do TVs really, really well. I think my refrigerator is actually an LG too, and I'm fine with that. Everybody's so fucking fancy down here with their goddamn Sub-Zeros, but who needs it? And they're big and they generate a lot of heat, and they're just whatever. My LG, perfect. All right. Guitars. Let's move on. So he finds himself moving his guitars from like room to room, and monitoring everything about this whole conversation is just so fucking ridiculous. I'm just
Because And then if you come to my house, you see me moving multiple guitars around into other rooms where there might be more humidity.
Right.
So it's like I have children and these guitars, and I'm moving them from room to room, crying in desperation into a humid room.
Jeez.
Jesus. Can you even imagine? Like, seriously, can you?
Like he's carrying, like he's spending part of his day carrying a guitar from one room to another room.
So he
that-
says. But just remember, he doesn't have time to write to
He has
people.
he has no time to do anything, but now he's carrying guitars everywhere.
Yeah, right. Now, what about Al asked a very smart question. Why doesn't he just keep the guitars in their cases? Well, one would think, but when you have a $5,000 or $6,000 guitar, one needs to show it off, I guess, instead of like.
Yes, but to who? No one's allowed in the friggin' house.
Yeah.
I mean, really, all those workers have to put booties on. I mean, they never have really anyone over. Rarely.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about the booties. Can we talk?
But I mean, really, seriously, go
Yeah.
buy a Bovita. What is it? A Bovita 50% pack. Throw it inside the case with the guitar. You're done. Don't have to do anything. It's over.
Well, we're going to discuss that momentarily. So here, his friend, what's his name? Pablo. What's his friend? Hold on.
But now I'm at the point where I'm hiring a babysitter for my guitars who will monitor. I've got two guys watching the humidity every minute, and it's like, well, I know we're
And
not in the
they'll
LA
take
fun-
them to safe places when.
Yeah. They move them around. After
He's a spoiled child. You know the way. Let me give you a good analogy because I have a friend down here who just started playing golf. So we played the other day together, and she's just like me. It's like I'm horrible at golf. I'm horrible. And it's all about the look, buying like the cute shoes and cute little tops and cute little pants. And for him, it's the journey. He sucks at what he eventually wants to do, but he gets so invested in the journey that it's almost like debilitating.
It's debilitating.
I couldn't get the word out. It's almost debilitating to him to get this shit right because he's not busy. He has nothing else to do. So this is what he does. He obsesses. He obsesses on things that no other human being would ever obsess on.
No.
That's what he does.
No. What's so funny is that, like, could you imagine, like, on tour, like, especially in the early days, let's say, like, Guns N' Roses. Do you think Slash was worrying about the humidity on the damn tour bus when they're going from state to state for his friggin' guitar? I have a feeling he really didn't he didn't give a shit.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, because he had priorities. He was shooting heroin into his cock at that during those days.
Exactly. You have to.
He didn't give a fuck about the guitars.
Exactly. And
By the
everything
way,
was
yeah,
just fine.
stolen from Dennis Miller.
But then he
the joke was Steve Adler got kicked out of Guns N' Roses for doing drugs. How the fuck do you get kicked out of Guns N' Roses for doing drugs? Can you imagine that discussion? Hey Slash, stop shooting heroin into your cock. We gotta vote on Steve over here.
Truly. Showbacks Club is asking, what was his house with Allison and the kids like? We've actually done a review of that old house. It seemed like he actually was able to live relatively normally back then. I will maintain that even though well before the whole thing with Allison and meeting Beth and whatever, I will maintain that Howard had a pied-a-terre in the city. People always used to say that. They always used to say they used to see him downtown. They always used to say that he had a place. And I do believe that he had a place for a long time. I mean, getting up that early and driving into the city every friggin' day, 5 days a week for a show that started at 6 a.m.?
6 a.m.
Can't believe that was ever, a thing for him to do every single day to do that commute.
And also that house had the basement with the double locked door.
Double locked door in the basement. That's
right.
Right. How's he just said that he had a big bolt in the basement door for their alone time. And sometimes
with him and Ralph. That was him and Ralph a long time.
Sometimes Java could come in, but that was about it.
Ooga.
So, you know that we need to, and can you imagine, can we just talk about somebody monitoring the humidity in his home for his guitars? Right? Okay. So here's what's going to go on for going south, which he did start mentioning that he's going to be going soon. So that's obviously happening probably
Very, very soon.
probably
Next week.
tomorrow, right?
Yep. Yep.
All right, yep, here we go.
Well, you
Hang on.
Crazy. Now, and then we were set to go down to Florida. Now the guy from Guitar Center, Nico, told me
Oh,
that
Nico, of course. Who can forget Nico?
I need to take the guitar. If I put them on a plane, I have to take the guitars and put them, buy humidity packs, put them in the, you listen to this. I bought the humidity.
Listen to this crock of shit that is going on right now with him packing his guitars for a 2.5-hour flight, my friends.
On a private jet.
2.5 hours.
On a private jet.
Literally, his guitars could legitimately have their own seats with seat belts.
Yes.
In the plane.
Yes.
But yes, but sure, let's go ahead and get these friggin' humidity packs. Wait. Listen to the rest of the shit show, though. Hang on.
Humidity packs. I'm not exactly sure how to use them, but the night before, put the guitar in the humidity packs in, and then the day you're flying, you have to detune them like 6 turns.
6 turns.
So that the strings aren't tight.
Sure.
And then when you get to your location, keep them in the case for 24 hours so they can adjust to the, I mean, they're like children.
So
it's just the whole thing. And you know he's not going to do any of this. He's going to have somebody
Bullshit.
come to his home. He will have somebody come to his home and do this for him.
The thing is, how do people go and travel? Like, they're bands that actually come to Florida and like play, and they come in the day of their show.
Who are like Michael Jackson or like Led Zeppelin,
Right.
like bands, regular
This is
bands.
bands that just they come and they'll play like one of the outdoor arenas or something like that. And I mean, they're not letting their guitars sit for a day. I mean, this is utter ridiculousness at this point. I mean, honest to God.
you guys know this is just a flex to remind everybody that he had expensive guitars, which, by the way, he didn't buy himself.
We know, but and you also know that Nico is just blowing smoke in his ass right now.
Oh, absolutely, he's messing with him.
Nicholas, you missed nothing. You missed absolutely nothing. Nothing happened. He decided that he needed to be a bigger part of a different show, and we are more than happy that he is doing what makes him happy. And we wish him all the luck in the world. That's all you got. All right. So
Wait, here we go. Here we go. Gray Pebble. I'm in a touring band. You show up, tune, and play. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
No, but you know what he wants? Here's what he wants. He wants to be seen as like a serious guitar player. He wants to be seen like, he sees these bands setting up because he always has those catbird seats, right? When a band is coming in.
Yes.
He sees that they have like these tons of people who handle the guitars and tune them for them and get them just right for that next song and switch out guitars all the time and stuff like that. But he sucks at guitar. You don't deserve this much attention for your guitars. You just don't. You don't deserve it. You should still be playing the exact guitar I have, which is the one that you have, right? The hell my name of my guitar is that he has the same one. But that was when he was, just a piker. Now he's at the $5,000, $6,000 range. Yes, it's like he collects classic cars but doesn't know how to drive.
Correct.
But this is a flex. It's not about the guitar playing. It's that look how rich I am. And he's validating his existence through these material positions that he didn't even buy.
But then when he does talk about them, he just does it in like a subtle kind of passive aggressive flexy way, and it sucks. Jose says, yes, some guitars need to sit in certain temperature, but he takes it to another level. Yeah, it's totally weird. It's totally weird.
He is that dude at the bar that makes sure he puts his key fob for his BMW or Mercedes in the middle of the table where everybody can see it. He's the same dude.
He's the same guy like George Costanza who waits until the guy comes out of the back so that you can see that he's tipping. That's
exactly.
Yeah.
He's that guy.
That's all this is.
Okay, so again, and now we have to really talk about why it's
I
basic.
mean, if
uh,
wait, hang on. If we're gonna do the Freud thing, essentially, this is what he used to do with Beth when she was younger. It was always about the calendars and talking about this and that. So showing her off, he gets off on people being jealous of the things he owns. And yes, he does own Beth.
Yeah.
His investment. That's his investment.
So I'm going to read something really interesting from Dr. Scott, who's the guy who does like sometimes he does like psychological profiles for us when he listens to certain shows. And I had asked him about the show where he was saying that he has to stay working because, what else are these guys going to do for jobs if he doesn't? So we'll get to that a little bit later. But let's go into his parents and, of course, why it's basically their fault that he doesn't play guitar.
Yeah, I understand Jimmy Page moving his guitars from room to room because this is the way he makes his living. And then I'm on the internet all day watching guys who are guitar teachers, or at least they claim to be. They seem very knowledgeable. And then their whole rap is like, if you want to get good, you got to practice, and you got to practice like 2 hours a day. Now, I got a job and responsibilities.
Sure.
Yeah, that's why you should do it at 12.
That's right.
You have all
When
that
God bless my parents. They did say to me, "Now's the time to learn an instrument because you're sitting around jerking off all day."
So in one breath, he says, and that's what my parents said to me. Now's the time for you to learn because you're just sitting around doing nothing all day.
So,
hence, he chose the piano because that's what was in his.
So, what's so funny about this is that he actually has more free time than a 12-year-old.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, 12-year-olds don't have this much free time. They go to school for 8 hours a day, to get to school and get home from school. And then most ones that aren't Veals actually have, like, I don't know, chores to do around the house. So, and then they have homework. He has none of this. He does 3 hours of he's actually has to be somewhere and then in his basement, and then the rest of the time is free.
But Dennis, let us again regret the fact that at 12,
yes, 12,
that your depression era parents who were raised with nothing, let us lament the fact that these poor two souls, these two tortured, fucked up human beings, didn't foster in you that you should really be playing the guitar like John Lennon and Paul McCartney. That's what you should be doing. And don't you think if he wasn't listening to like Bread and Love and Spoonful, that maybe he would have been like, oh my God, this is absolutely life-changing music. I want to do this. This is something I want to do. But no, instead you chose to play the piano and to play with puppets. That's what you did. That's what you did. So
Tamara, right on. He's an old man and gets tired. He's always busy.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Gets dead on.
That is true. So then we get into this really weird conversation about now. Just bookmark that conversation for
the parents. Time to do it. Yes.
Then we get into Beth and her obsession with people taking their shoes off before they come into the house, but that is only for the pores.
The pores, yes.
It's only for the pores. Okay. So just remember that as you're listening to this, because he's really upset about this being like what he has to do in his house that he paid for.
Like, could they take their shoes off?
And they're talking, she's talking about somebody who probably came over to fix the fucking humidity or do something with the stupid guitarist. This isn't like, Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel or.
Oh, no. They can walk in there with boots.
These are the pores.
Every minute, my wife is obsessed. God forbid some dirt. Like, I sometimes walk in, like I get dressed for my walk, and I wear my outdoor shoes, and then I have to pee before I leave for my walk, and I start to walk in the house. She goes, shoes. I go, honey, this is my fucking house. I paid for all this shit.
And she doesn't care. You're going to take those shoes off. Now, this is also the same house that has like 20 feral fucking cats running around it on a constant.
Yes.
And rabbits that probably
rabbits.
But sure, take your shoes off. Let's continue with the shoes.
And then, like, if I have anybody visit, Beth gets crazy. Did they wear booties?
Booties. Can you fucking imagine booties? I think twice in my life, I have ever had to wear booties, and it wasn't even like for a real thing. It was like I was looking for an apartment, and I guess whoever like owned the apartment didn't want anybody traipsing shit in the wintertime into their home. And
or when you're like on a yacht, when they have like the mahogany like
Oh, yeah.
flooring and shit.
you go to like the boat show, everybody has to take their shoes off. Yes,
No,
that's
like yeah.
but booties, just the booties.
I'm like, honey, fuck these booties. Yeah, but what do you want them? Like, but how do you know they didn't just step in something? I go, all right. I'll tell everyone to wear booties.
Yeah, you pussy.
When
Pussy.
Beth loves Molly.
Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna look for the booties for house.
They're plenty available. I have them. Usually you use them for like if you're painting too. Like if you're a painter, like for a car, to cover your shoes and stuff so you don't track.
Oh, so like these kind of things.
Yeah, they just go over your shoes. Yeah. They're
Oh.
readily available everywhere.
So, but she's having people use these to come into her home, but
Yes.
again, it's only for the pores.
Only the pores.
Yeah, because
I didn't see Robert Downey Jr. with a set of booties on his shoes.
yeah, and I'm sure somebody coming to their house with like heels on is hardly, because obviously these people were driven from their home to your home, therefore
Yes.
there's no debris on their much more expensive feet than somebody else's. So Robin's like, oh, she's never told me to take my shoes off when I come into your house. Hang on.
That's because Beth is afraid of black people.
When Beth loves Molly of Jimmy, she loves Jimmy too. Jimmy and Molly loves them. All of a sudden, they walk in the house. Oh, should we take our shoes off? That's like, of course not. No.
Yes,
And
she
I
acts
go-
like it's no big deal.
I go, wait, I don't understand.
The pores.
How come when my friends come over, they have to take their shoes off?
Because they're poor.
The pores.
Jimmy could trail dog shit into the house. She wouldn't care. Oh, it's fine, Jimmy. We don't care.
And you're so cute. You have no friends, Howard. Everybody who's coming to the house to visit you are workers.
Yes.
You're paying them to be there. So
Yes.
there's that. That's what you got. You have paid help that are coming to your house who are essentially workers. So yeah, they have to wear the booties. Okay. That's the way it works. Sorry. So let's go to more guitar. Here we go.
Jimmy picks up his guitar,
Let's talk
noodling
about-
around,
Okay, Jimmy Page, whom he's obsessed with now.
Yeah.
Like the point of distraction. I love that he's trying to woo him. And God damn it, if he comes in, I'll be really upset. I'm just
No,
saying.
he won't. He's still
I'm-
friends with Robert Plant. Robert
I'm
Plant
just
is literally going, yeah,
I
it's
might
wasting
be
your
a little
fucking time.
upset if he came in. Truly, I would be upset. Let's go.
There's no reason for him to do it. Honestly, no.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah, go.
but Jimmy does like random podcasts and stuff like that, or like just it's not beneath him. So I mean, technically there wouldn't be any reason for him not to come onto the show other than people warning him what a complete waste of time it would be.
Yeah, and he will get that warning because I mean, last time I saw Robert Plant leaving that studio, I remember him just calling, "You're a silly man," and I'm leaving.
I know. I was supposed to get that. I was supposed to get that for us today, and I didn't.
Yeah, you're supposed to. Where is it?
Damn it! I was a little busy today. I'm so sorry. All right.
Oh, damn it! There's no.
He's like,
Oh yeah. Okay.
he picks up his guitar,
Yes. Let's do this.
noodling around, you know what I mean? Just fucking around, and all of a sudden he's like,
See, but Jimmy Page didn't do it exactly this way.
that sounds interesting.
No.
Hmm.
No. How horrible.
Ah.
So is this supposed to
I
be?
know. I'll get Robert Plant. He can sing over this fucking thing.
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounded like, Howard. Exactly like that. Let me play you a little bit more guitar, and then I'm going to play something that actually Autobot Al had put into the listening thread this morning so that you can see how real people fucking do this.
You're looking at this. You're like, where the fuck is the A, right? The same with me.
Oh, yeah, I'm
What do I
looking
know?
at
I
it.
wouldn't even know what's supposed to be there.
It's so funny he's talking
All right,
to Robin.
so-
You're like, where's the A? There it is. Sure.
That's all your A's.
That's
So then you go.
That was the most off-key A's I've ever heard of.
Okay, I'm rolling now.
Yeah,
so
sure
now
you
I know
are.
where
Well,
every
there's 20. No, there's not 26 letters.
no, but you got to know
There's
your sharps
12.
and your flats.
Yeah.
You
So
got
then,
Oh.
okay, where's your C?
Oh. Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Christ.
I know where every C is.
It's
Do you
supposed.
really?
Ooh,
And then he went through the whole fretboard, the whole thing.
yes, he did. Isn't it supposed to sound like my dog has fleas? Isn't it supposed to sound like that? And it don't sound like that. It's
Holy mother of God. Okay. So, Auto About Al on the listening thread this morning. I found this to be phenomenal. It's only 3 minutes long, but I would highly encourage, you know what? Let's do it because it's really just
okay.
so
Let's do it live.
it's just so wonderful. And this is who he wants to be. So just imagine, if you will, Howard in this room, and this would be his dream. Okay. So here we go.
Song that always kind of intrigued me was Kashmir. Where did that come from? Where did that rhythm and that feel?
Well, the
Now, let me set this up for you people who may be listening to this eventually, probably 2 years from now on a podcast. This is a Jimmy Page talking with Jack White, right? And The Edge. Okay. So,
And the Edge was asking about.
it originated from playing around on a tuning that I've been using quite a bit, and it's called. They call it Dadgad. Okay, and it's
Dadgad.
Sounds like
it's pretty
almost
similar to like a sitar
Yeah,
tuning
yeah.
actually, but I've been playing around on this quite a lot,
See, Jack White has the Gresh.
and
Could always tell.
it just so happened that there was this song that I had called Swan Song, believe it or not, and it was all these parts and intricate guitar parts, and right at the very end of it, I had this thing which went like this. And then the tape ends, and I thought, well, we were doing some rehearsals. Well, we were making an album actually.
Now, watch how beautiful this is, because here he is talking to two really good guitarists.
And the other part is the type of guitar he's using. That's a Dana Dana Electro, and they have a very weird sound, and that actually made this song work because the sound that guitar has really weird pickups on it. My brother explained to me it's really an interesting guitar, and that's what makes the sound of this so perfect, though.
Perfect.
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 With Led Zeppelin, and John Bonham was there, and the others, I don't know where they were. They weren't actually at the houses at Headley Grange. And I said, I've got this riff. So now I turned it round, starting with the first bit first.
Right, yeah.
And he lays on the rhythm on it. So it sort of goes like this.
Wow.
They fucking idolize this man. Look at the look on the face.
This is fucking amazing.
This is who a Jimmy Page would want to discuss guitar
Oh,
with.
absolutely.
People that get it, and the reason you're asking me about it is because you get it and you understand who I am and what my contributions are to this world of music, and what your contributions are to the world of music as well. And
That and all the 14-year-olds he banged.
Hey,
oh, there's that. But you know what?
Yeah.
He's lived a life. I mean, what are we going to say?
he's a rock star.
He's lived a life. And you're right. Baby oil smooth riff. That's exactly right. Just delicious.
Although
Karen,
it bothers me when he does that and he doesn't credit Satan for his talent.
So now, if you're listening to that, and then you wonder to yourself,
Jimmy picks up his guitar noodling around. You know what I mean? Just fucking around, and all of a sudden he's like,
yeah.
that sounds interesting.
Wow. Oh.
Hmm.
Oh. Oh.
Ah. I know. I'll get Robert Plant. He can sing over this fucking thing.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh. For fuck's
Therein
sake.
lies the difference, my friends. Therein lies the difference.
He sounds like a 9-year-old kid picking up his bar mitzvah guitar at the Guitar Center.
Oh my God! Somebody said it on the thread. He picks like a 7-year-old. Like
Yes.
he
Yeah.
really
No, if you go to Guitar Center for like 5 minutes,
Oh,
you'll see that kid
walk right
picking
up.
up a guitar that he just got for his birthday.
Right, but
That's what he sounds like.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it's hilarious. We actually somebody that actually knows what they're doing. When Paige picks up the guitar, he's actually setting the tune on it, and it still sounded better than Howard, who had a guitar in tune, trying to play even a small part of the basic riff of that song.
Jeremy, you're so right. Sounds like the freshman dorm hall. And the funny thing is, you're
Totally.
absolutely right when you say that, because here he is. He was like this total nerdlesty when he got into college. He could have taken it up in college. How many times did he say to us his mother would walk him past like Sam Ash or something and be like, "Go ahead, you want to go play guitar? I'll bring you. I'll bring you to go play guitar." And it's like, you know what? He just regrets the fact that his mommy is the one who has to take him to play guitar, as opposed to every single kid that I've ever known who knows how to play, who literally, like skiing, just picked up a guitar and started fiddling around with it and had an aptitude for music and was able to do it. That's just the way it goes.
Yes,
That's just the way it
because
goes.
I watched my brother learn how to play guitar.
And I'm sure he's great, right?
He absolutely can just play any song. He has a whole collection of, but he literally sat there and he would listen to an album and go, and he'd look and he'd maybe get the tablature and go, okay. And he'd start kind of working on each little part of it. And he's like, okay, so I got this part down. Like, oh, that's pretty cool. It's just kind of working through parts of songs. And that's how you learn. And
he feels like he needs to learn the constructive way. He needs to, I mean, granted, every time you do go for lessons, they want you to learn how to read music. And it's like, I don't want to learn how to read music. I just want to learn how to play like some songs. Just teach me how to play fucking songs. That's all. That's all I want to know. Just teach me that.
My brother ended up learning how to read music and all, but it wasn't necessary to understand how to make the guitar work.
How to make music.
Yeah, he's made the guitar work first, and then you learn. Okay, well, okay.
And let's not forget, there's a guy that still has 5-day weekends.
Yes,
he has all the time in the world to learn one effing song. One effing song.
Exactly. Concentrate on one song and do it right and do it well. Because right now you really are fucking horrible, and the fact that Robin and Frank keep blowing smoke up your ass along with everybody else on that just tells you. And now that I know. Oh my God, I can't wait to go to the YouTube thing. But now that I know that he really hates all the comments on the YouTube, I feel like
I was on there today. I had some fun.
I feel like we all need to just comment the shit out of his YouTubes. Every single one of them.
Oh, yeah.
You suck at guitar. You suck. He just needs to know from all of us how horrible he is. All right. So obviously it's his father's fault. So let's get into that.
And the answer was, I didn't.
And just remember, he just said, my parents said to me, this is what you should be doing, learning music.
Nothing, But I know I've read about human beings. Hobbies are supposed to be fun.
He read about human beings, that hobbies are supposed to be fun.
So he's a human impersonator trying to be human.
Clearly.
Mine make me miserable. Like I walk around all day miserable.
I was thinking like the 11-year-old wouldn't care
that
he had to do all this stuff. It would be more something he could do with his time.
Why did my father have to walk around telling me I'm a moron? If he had been nicer to me, maybe I would have felt better about taking on an instrument. I blame him.
Sure.
Well,
if he would have just, been nice and said, all he had to do is lie to me and say, you know what, Howard, you're a special little boy. You can do anything you want. If he just gave me that, maybe I wouldn't have
You're a moron was not the truth, Howard.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
Isn't?
No.
Oh, wow. You're a doll. Come over.
You're an idiot.
She's right. He's an idiot. He's not a moron. He's an
You know,
idiot.
it's so weird because he has such selective memory. The only reason he knows that his father called him a moron is because he heard
It's
it
on
on the
tape.
recording. That's it. You know, he's only as good as the memory that he is fostering from one specific moment on a specific day.
So the funny thing is that his father had a recording studio, and the truth is that they probably encouraged him to try to learn any instruments.
Of course.
He had access to probably any type of recording stuff that he needed. I mean, they used to go to the recording studio at least a couple times a year. It wasn't just once; it was a couple times a year. They would go as a family and do the family thing. That sounds really terrible.
He would go in sometimes with his dad alone, though, too.
Yeah, and honestly, at this point, he's 71. This happened 60 years ago. Fucking 60 years ago. Let it go, dude. Just let it go. I mean, what about your kids?
You know, it's amazing to me because that 60s parent, especially for like Jewish kids living in Long Island.
Oh my God.
Parent indulged the shit out of them.
Oh, absolutely. Because they had nothing.
This is a generation that had nothing and now they have, so they want to give. And all they want is for their kids to succeed and do well, right? So all they did was give. All they did was give him. Give. Whatever baby Howie wants. Whatever he wants. I'm sure it was the same with their daughter.
Oh, absolutely. Ellen? Oh.
Whom obviously doesn't have the same daddy issues that he does. I don't even understand.
I have a question, though. Did Ellen learn? Ellen played piano, right?
They all did because they had a piano in the house. So
that's right. Yeah, Ellen learned piano.
Yes.
And actually from the tape, I guess she actually practiced because she sounded like she actually practiced. And it's just hilarious though, is that in all these stories, there's no mention that he had an older sister.
Hey, Zoris, that's an interesting question, and I don't recall the answer to that. Didn't Zuzazu in her song say that her dad never said she was special or nurture her? Let's take a look, see at that at some.
Actually, no, he said she was special.
In the yellow school bus way, though. Not
in a short bus, yes.
Okay. So he gets into a weird conversation about how Ray was actually jealous or upset that he liked other moms and then would try to downplay that mom as not being as good as her. I don't even know.
This is a new one.
Yeah, I don't even know why I recorded it. I just found
because it's insane. This entire conversation is insane.
Yeah, and it went on way too long. Let's
go. I really liked his parents, but my mom, if she saw that, she'd come in real stealth. Where were you all afternoon? Oh, I was over at Jerry's house. Jerry's house? What's going on there? Oh, Jerry's mom took us out for egg rolls. Egg rolls? What is she doing? Egg rolls are full of grease and it's the middle of the day. And what is it filling? Yeah. Before I knew it, I was like, oh, okay. She's not a good mom. Meanwhile, she was the nicest, sweetest mom in the world. And
how is it saying he actually remembers this story? So
it never happened. It never happened.
I know he was having sword fights with fucking Jerry. That's
him and Jerry were ooga. Yeah.
All right. So I don't know why I have this tape. It says, "Where's the Eagles tape?" Let me just hear.
He fights with people for wearing other uniforms.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Will Murray comes in. Okay. So let's go to this stupidness.
Are you gonna put a visual of Will Murray?
No, I'm gonna put a visual of what they're actually talking about.
Yes. Okay.
So there was a clip that was kind of viral at the end of the Eagles game, I think, and this dude. This girl had on like an opposing team jersey and whatever, and
Green Bay
keyword and
Green Bay Packers.
Yes. Okay, so let's hear the tape and hear what he says. The reason that they don't have the tape to listen to, and then we'll listen to the tape.
But Howard, like I said, that's how it goes.
Howard, we went to a Jets game. That's how it goes. Yeah. Where's the tape? Hold on a second. Where is the tape of the dude screaming cunt?
You know what?
Like
The
the one-
audio wasn't that good, so we couldn't get it
okay.
going.
So let's see if we could get it going, because I'm not really understanding why the audio was that horrible to him, since everybody knows what this guy was saying. He wound up getting fired, by the way. And and it's so weird the way our world works now, because the internet never forgets.
Nope.
So never do anything that will make anybody upset, that they will whip out their phone and start recording it, because you could absolutely lose your entire your livelihood because you were a drunk douchebag at a football game. Here we go.
After reviewing the play, the runner was short of the goal line. They got one more yard now. They're close. Okay, well, don't call or don't punt. Cool. Yep.
There you go. So that's how that went down. He lost his entire livelihood for that.
I bet it was
And
really
he's-
worth it.
And he's banned from that stadium for life.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, yeah, he got banned.
That was so worth it. It's so worth it to root on multi-millionaires and get so excited over the stupidity.
But it's Philadelphia. Isn't that like saying aloha in Hawaii?
Yes, actually, to call a girl a c word is
It's Philly,
just,
right?
it's just saying hello.
Not necessarily sure it's the right move. Also, that guy, if that's her boyfriend, I would have absolutely gone after her. And yes, Rupert Pupkin, when you see someone pointing a phone at you, stop talking. Walk
That's
away.
right.
Just walk away. That's it. That's all you got to do. Yeah, right. He should have switched seats with his girlfriend. He should have never forget Howard said multiple times he had to survive in college on only $200 a month from his parents. $200.74 when he was 20 would have equaled $1,273 a month for.
Yeah, he had to squeak by on that.
Just barely squeaking by.
And he didn't have to pay for gas. He had a gas card.
That's right.
The car, they made the payments and the insurance on it. The room and board was paid for. All that was for fucking food and entertainment for himself.
Incidentals.
Yeah.
Incidentals. Yeah.
And that's it. That's literally all that was for.
So you
okay. And one last thing, you said you should have stepped up for his girlfriend or whatever. One more thing that he could have done is not date such a stupid C word.
Are you gonna tell me that they couldn't run that? I mean, 70 people on staff, they couldn't run that through some audio thing?
I could have easily, with just my tools for my stupid YouTube channel, I could have ran it through there and made it sound perfectly fine.
And made it sound fine. But
That requires effort, bro.
Exactly. And they just weren't ready for it. Those idiots. All right, let's move on. So
It was too fresh a story. It was only a couple days old.
So then, for some inexplicable reason, Bobo got to have the light shined on him again for another solid 35 minutes or so. I don't know why, but it gave them an opportunity to play more stupid Bobo songs, which I'm not going to play. I don't care.
And you had Bobo Victory Lap.
Bobo Victory Lap, but also, and that also gave Sam an opportunity to come in with her Suzanne Vega vocals, and again,
Suzanne Vega.
Yeah, in 2025. That's what we're talking about. Suzanne Vega in 2025.
But then Miriam from Brooklyn calls in, and then Bobo's on the phone, and then she's doing her stupid Suzanne Vega thing, and this is what it sounded like, because, why not?
You always have to have the spotlight on you. Enough for you. You're always so the spotlight on Marianne from Brooklyn. I think you sucked your brain out with the vacuum.
No, you're all right, guys. And I feel like I'm at an Eagles game.
You're not a nice person. I know, and you're a nice person. You're the biggest man on the planet. And you took advantage of my kindness. Howard, I wouldn't call in. Howard, I want to make a deal with you. Howard,
Wow. What about Al?
That's cold.
You're just so wrong at this point.
That's cold.
You're just so wrong. All right. Well, you need to also know what else is going on in the stupid gram world, because
Yes,
you
we
know,
need this.
you must know that everybody, because nobody has Google and nobody knows how to work things, because they're all just such stupid, vapid cat ladies that
Yes.
they need to ask Beth. What can I do about the fires in LA, Beth? Because you live
Send
nowhere
them water.
there. You live nowhere near there. So what can I do? What can I do to help the cats in LA?
Send the National Guard.
Does bring up something that I would like to comment on. Yeah, my wife is collecting donations. A lot of people wrote my wife and said, I want to, in LA, a lot of the wildlife and animals they're in bad shape, and they don't have enough money. So they've also been looking for donations, and a lot of people are writing my wife saying, we don't know who to donate to. We want to make sure so, Beth.
Okay, so she has teamed up with Pet Go Love, a nonprofit changing lives. For a limited time, furry friends will donate 100% of the proceeds from all monetary donations, T-shirts, and calendar sales to Pet Go Love. Pet Go Love is a nonprofit who is assisting LA animal welfare partners affected by the wildfires with desperately needed disaster relief, supplies, working to reunite lost pets, and assisting efforts to foster and adult pets from Los Angeles shelters to allow space for displaced pets. So people have been asking me how they can help animals affected by the LA wildfires. Visit Best Furry Friends to make a donation or get a calendar or tee. 100% of the donations proceeds all week starting today. Wow. Will help animals affected by these horrific fires. No amount is too little. So are you telling them that they can make a donation just to Best Furry Friends without buying a calendar or a tee?
That's what it says.
Okay.
Actually, there was an update on that. It was a press release from the fire department in fire chief in Los Angeles.
Yes.
They said that they're totally on board with this, but they request that Beth doesn't come to Southern California because her private parts are so dry. They're afraid there'll be another flare up, and the Palisades have suffered enough.
What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? There are some mental issues going on right now.
What's violet gray?
Okay, funny you should ask. So this is just your simple good night and good God bless. But we needed to put into the into this violet gray. I'm like, who's Violet Gray? So Violet Gray here, founder Cassandra Gray partners with private equity investor to buy Violet Gray back from Farfetch. Let's see what this is. Earlier in the summertime, she bought the beauty e-tail and content destination with private equity investor Sharif Gurgis, currently a partner at 888 Midas Partners and formerly managing partner at Main Street Advisors. Partner at I think one of these has to do with her gay besties.
Absolutely.
Yes. So Violet Gray announced the transaction, confirms reporting last week. Let's see. The company acquired Violet Gray for roughly $50 million in cash and stock in January 2022. And then I guess apparently she bought it back. Now, you might say to yourself, what the hell is Violet Gray? Like, I've never even heard
of it.
And I don't know anything about it. Violet Gray had been in limbo since Farfetch shuttered its beauty vertical in August last year. South Korean e-commerce giant Coupgang subsequently acquired Farfetch for $500 million.
Wow.
For stupid Farfetch, which is kind of crazy. I never used Farfetch. Gray was previously a beauty advisor.
Big in South Korea.
Clearly. Again, it had revenues of $20 million and it got sold for $50 million. And yeah, it's kind of crazy how this shit happens. But yeah, it must be like a friend of hers, a friend of her friend from like the like her gay besties or something like that.
Exactly.
I just happened to notice this before we came on air, so I'll give it a good looking at when
nothing's by accident on here.
No,
nothing is.
No, she would never do that. She would never wear that. You would think that she'd wear her own T-shirt so that everybody could say, "Oh, okay."
No. Oh, look at that neck.
I
Oy
haven't noticed.
vey.
Oh, what's going on here?
The help is actually working on a cat tree. So
Oh,
Oh,
well,
and if you notice, wait. Stop.
the
Pause it for a
booties.
second. Pause it for a second.
The
If you
booties.
notice, okay, if you listen really carefully, you can hear the person who's recording it talk, and it's clearly a dude. Like you'll at the very end, you'll hear some dude talk back to this guy.
okay, let's hear it. Okay, you have to put yourself on because your big mouth neighbor is. All right, help.
You hear that? That's a dude.
Yeah, it's a dude.
And they totally try to cut that off, but they left that little snippet.
So you know what's cute about this is the fact that literally a cat tree tower thing can be put together in all of like, I don't know, 6 minutes.
Yes.
Seriously? This is like the hired help. This is the pores.
Yes.
These are the pores that come to this kind of looks like the city, weirdly enough.
It is.
But this is where the pores
That's
have
where
to,
this cat is. This cat's in the city.
oh, see.
And it's actually a rare cat. It's not an Egyptian Mao. It's like oh, what the hell is it? But it's of that ilk.
Specialized breed.
It's an expensive cat, and literally, like these cats don't just get dumped. These cats are a couple grand, and it just happens to have one.
See how cute this is? Look, see, everything has a little screw and it just gets screwed together.
Usually it's an Allen key. You use a
Or
little
you
Allen.
take those tower like things, they just
Yeah.
screw in. You just twist
Yeah,
them.
yeah. I have
And
one.
then you put the next one on. But yeah, sure. Let's get the pores in with the booties.
With the
See,
booties.
With the booties. Fucking booties. That's just amazing
Jesus.
to me. But where was that cat humping thing? I saw it the other day. Oh, that's right. That's her.
Yep, that's the cat.
Barbie in the city. Oh my goodness. Okay.
You mean like the rabbits that were humping last night?
Yes, all the time.
Interesting. So Barbie's in the city. That means Beth is in the city.
Yeah, I don't know why it went to the city, but
Beth
it went to the city.
I think Beth is also. Oh, well, who gives a shit what she does?
Wait,
Beth,
did she have a stroke? What's wrong with her face?
I think it's a
That's
new
just the way it
filter.
looks now.
Oh, no. I think this is a new filter she's into using. There's a filter on the new Apple phone. Like, see the way it's. First off, there's no pores, obviously, so that's how you can
Well,
tell.
no, except to do the work.
But she's looking a little bit like she's trying to look like she's 15.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's 50-something years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No visible aging on this one, that's for
Look
sure.
at that. You can still see the bags under its eyes. I love that.
It's so funny how you still call it her it.
It's it's a Arabian Mao. And let's put it this way. I know oh Jesus Christ. Fucking ridiculous. I kind of know a veterinarian that's been doing it for a very long time and has never seen one ever.
What is it called?
An Arabian Mao. A veterinarian's never seen one.
Amazing.
Never, ever
Amazing.
seen one.
Night, my angel time.
Are you serious? Like, literally, it thinks this is cute.
It's adorable.
Well, it is when you realize that the rabbits are named Howard and Ralph.
That's amazing. That is amazing. All right.
How close are we to 60,000? Oh my God, we're closing in fast.
What are we talking about?
It's a post. It's at 59,464 posts.
We will peak before February is over. That's for sure.
Damn.
As 59,464.
I don't think that Instagram has that many posts on their account.
Yeah, I know. So it was very interesting. After this conversation, they went into a whole thing about. That's a good one. Good one. Okay, yeah. So I'm just like I'm fascinated by that facial thing that she posted. Okay, so here's how we're talking about YouTube comments, which I love. I have to be honest with you. I think that it's quite delicious. Let's hear it.
No, it was really strange. I was on YouTube and then a clip came up. I didn't search myself, but on my search came up a clip of me interviewing Jimmy Fallon. And then I realized it was my interview with Jimmy Fallon, the one I did when he came over to my house. And I was watching it and I became mesmerized. I go, this is a really fun interview. This is just really entertaining. And I was feeling very positive about myself. And I guess, we've allowed fan comments to be turned on. Oh. Which I didn't realize. Well, I never would have watched it if I knew. And they just pop up randomly throughout the interview. And
how do fan comments just pop up randomly?
Well, actually, no. When you watch videos, the comments in the bottoms cycle. Usually, like
they do now. That's like a relatively new thing, but yeah.
They do that on YouTube.
The comments cycle through?
Yeah.
No,
Like
what it is when you're watching a video, if you're not in full screen, you can still see some of the text underneath. They now have a thing where like top comments or random comments will just cycle through, like Dennis just said.
Yeah.
Why don't I have any comments?
I don't know. I just know when I'm watching videos that happens.
I've only watched on mobile devices, so I don't know. Maybe it's just on a mobile device.
That makes perfect sense.
Okay. I don't know.
And by the way, how can he be on YouTube for more than 2 pages without noticing that the Pelican Brief is always like within 10 posts or whatever Howard videos up?
True. So true. You're so right.
some guy writes, Jesus.
Hang on.
And I guess, we've allowed fan comments to be turned on. Oh. Which I didn't realize. Well, I never would have watched it if I knew. And they just pop up randomly throughout the interview. And some guy writes, Jesus Christ. What an uncomfortable chair. Like I'm thinking as I'm watching this, I'm going, man, I think I'm really good on the radio.
That's the worst you can criticize.
Jesus Christ, what an uncomfortable chair Jimmy Fallon is in. This is a great disappointment. And I went, you fuck. What? That's what first of all, maybe it is an uncomfortable chair. I don't know. That's maybe a good point, but that's what you thought about.
How did you notice the chair? Yeah.
Everybody knows the chair, sister, because here's Jimmy sitting at basically what amounts to a bar stool chair.
Yes.
Is this Mick Jagger?
What?
Is this Miami? Because this isn't New York and it's not his basement. Has to be Miami.
Oh, yeah. Where Mick is looking in the mirror and you're Mick Jagger talking back to him.
Yeah.
That had to be surreal, man.
That was nerve-wracking because Mick was the musical guest that week and Lauren was like, Mick wants to do something. So I go, okay, I'll pitch him a bunch of ideas. Lauren goes, all right, we'll go in and pitch him to Mick. I go, I'm not talking to Mick Jagger. You're the producer.
Had you ever met him before?
No. I was nervous.
Fuck like, yeah.
It's Mick Jagger. So I go, well, I was thinking.
Where is that?
Was he in Miami? I'm kind of
almost.
Had you ever met him before?
No. I was nervous.
Fuck yeah.
Where is that?
That's a great question.
You guys?
I don't know. I mean, it had to be maybe Miami because we're familiar with all the other places.
Yeah, that looks like Miami.
No, this looks
I'm just guessing. I have no idea.
No, didn't they redo the basement? I mean, because remember we were looking at how shitty the back of these monitors is with like the cheap little Howard Stern sticker, and then they tried to make it look kind of cool in the back, so they put like this riveting on it. Am I crazy?
Listen, we have no idea.
I don't understand why the Ramones turned down Hungry Heart.
Well, they didn't really. I never gave it to them because
that's in studio.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah, that was in studio.
Nikki.
I would be remiss if I didn't ask you what jokes you left out of your monologue.
Some of these would get pitched and we're like, we can't say that on CBS. We can't.
See, that's Hamptons.
Oh wait, it was the Hamptons. Yeah, it was at his house. You're right, because that was the
yes, they
Fallon came to his basement.
They did the whole rework of the thing. Yes.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. I'm sorry. Because the day before was Springsteen.
Yes. So anyway, so he was really upset that people were leaving comments like that. So then the team gave him this from Sirius. This is what they
I hate that we have to turn the comments on, but I was told by the team here at Sirius that handles social media that fans need engagement with social media, and they have to, and all celebrities allow comments. I said, I don't give a fuck about celebrities. When did I become a celebrity? I don't give two fucks. I got a fragile ego. I'm doing an interview with Jimmy Fallon. Someone's, talking about how ugly I am, or I don't provide a good chair for my guests. But they're like, no, in order for the algorithm to blah, 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 blah. Algorithm's a big word. Algorithm, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Blah, blah,
Algorithms
blah, blah, blah.
that are ruining the world in order for them to work.
Yeah.
Shut up, Rob.
People need to be able to vent and feel powerful. And I was like, yeah, well, that's my problem with social media. Everybody's too powerful.
That's because you're thin-skinned and you're a bit of an asshole. That's
Yeah, now I fully remember the whole thing because that's when Beth gave him a gift bag and allegedly gave him tea before. And we all know that was just vodka.
Right, the gift bag. I forgot all about that.
Yeah. But yeah, they were probably drinking before the show. It's wonderful.
I'm just.
You go ahead.
What makes me curious is if he's on YouTube, that means he has an incognito profile somewhere. I would kill to find it. Although it wouldn't be that hard for us to just sit there and try to guess. I bet if we tried, it would take us a couple of minutes.
Helen Rose. It's fucking Helen Rose.
No, there's only so many ways you can say gaped rectum, as a username.
All this like guitar play and all this stuff that's going on, and not once has there been any like video of him playing guitar. Like nothing. Right? He hasn't shown himself playing. There's nothing on the Stern Show thing now that I'm looking at it. What they just put up there was the Black Crowes from 2019. Like anybody gives a shit about that. But yeah, he never shows us that he's playing guitar. Obviously there was a victory lap for Paris because Why
not?
My God, if these weren't written by the back office, I don't know what was. This is just
Many people enjoyed J.D. Harmeyer and John Blitt going to Paris.
Sure they did.
Yeah?
Yeah, they went during the Summer Olympics, and fans were upset with me that I hadn't gotten to this tape, but it paid off. I got to it. Oh my God, Howard, so well worth the wait. I really could not stop laughing through J.D. and Blitt in Paris. Thanks for playing that package. So funny. It's like Abbott and Costello meet.
Thanks for playing that package.
Yeah, what normal human being says thanks for playing that package? That's an industry term, and it's basically a TV term.
Nobody would say that.
Do you think he doesn't realize that's been on TikTok or Instagram since the summer?
No,
it's been up for like 9 months. Like we've all seen it.
No clue.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares that it's been up.
No. It's not that. I don't think he realizes that everybody has had access to this video for like 9 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Paris.
Did they ever get to any Olympic events, or were they just?
They did, but it was the least interesting, so I took it upon myself to edit out the actual.
I don't think they went to any Olympic events.
The actual Olympics. It almost didn't matter that they were at the Olympics, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Howard
they could have
Blitt
gone to Paris anytime.
Listen to this one.
Well, I did edit it down. It was it would have taken an entire 4 or 5 hours to go through all of the clips, and I don't know if we should devote a whole show to Blitt and JD in Paris. You know what I mean? Howard Blitt is the funniest person on the show. I love him. Well, okay.
Written by John Blitt.
Exactly. Nobody enjoys that. Nobody. Anthony, no. Part 2 does not exist. I know this to be true.
Sadly, it does not.
Sadly, does not. Okay.
That we'll admit to anyway.
So this was kind of a curious pop culture commentary from today. I hadn't heard this story. I'm positive it was on our site, but it's so disturbing that it begs a little bit more information. So
yes,
here we go.
They posted a story about a woman who kept her butt plug in while getting an MRI. She thought,
And they saw it during the MRI.
Well, hold on. I got more information. Let me get this out. Okay. So I guess she's into wearing a butt plug. But when you go to get an MRI, if you've ever had one, they always say to you, do you have any metal in you, on you, anything? They always have to ask. And you go, no, because an MRI machine affects metal. So she's saying she thought it was 100% silicone, her butt plug, but it turns out, and you should know this, Ronnie, just in case, the butt plug had a metal sensor.
Okay, so to make matters so much worse than you can possibly imagine, when she went into the MRI machine, the butt plug started traveling up her internal organs because the powerful magnets in an MRI machine pulled the butt plug up into her vital organs. She was bleeding all over the place. And apparently it takes 2 minutes to shut down the MRI.
Yes.
So she was bleeding out like all over the place. In what world do you wear? First off, I don't understand the butt plug. So forgive me for being slightly naive on the butt plug scenario. But in what world do you say to yourself, I have to go in for a serious thing today. I have to go for an MRI. Let me shove a butt plug up my ass. Can somebody explain that to me? Anybody at all?
Do you think she knows what the M in MRI stands for?
No. Now she does. Very much so.
And to make matters worse, Kevin Feige is suing her because that was going to be the rebooted origin of Magneto for the new Marvel movies.
But mother of God, never wear a butt plug to your MRI appointment. My God. A tweet shared by a user. Wow. Greatest personally injured case I've ever heard. Picked up a client who was suing a sex toy company. So the client purchased a butt plug that was advertised as 100% silicone. Client wears butt plug to MRI appointment. Much to client's dismay, butt plug in fact has a metallic core. Butt plug is accelerated at the speed of sound into client's chest cavity. Can you even imagine?
No.
I just can't even imagine how brutal that must have been.
It was literally like literally having a giant bullet shot
Like
up
a
your ass.
bullet shot through you.
Do you think it sounded like paint can when you rattle that little marble inside?
Yes. But my God, that is just Fold 47 says, Mo, sometimes you forget you have it in, to be honest. Yeah, I don't understand. I really hope this is a new thing. Living tissue over metal. Yes. That had to be brutal. I can't even imagine. I can't imagine how she survived it, to be honest with you.
Because it had to go through some
vital organs.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, once it perforated her colon, you get sepsis at that point. And you bleed like anything. And then it goes up and probably through her stomach. And yeah,
Wow.
lots of fun.
Do you guys know who Mr. Hands is?
Yes.
Okay, that's what he died of, except for insert horse instead of
yeah. Oops.
It goes on to claim in very crude detail that the plug was pulled through the patient's rectum and up into their chest cavity at the speed of sound, and that the patient survived with major injuries. Understandably, some have cast doubt over the incident, and some noting that prior to MRI scans, radiographers usually check if patients have any metal in their pockets. Okay, it's not. They don't check your
ass.
They don't check your ass.
You know what, guys? It makes me sad that she survived that. Yet Brandon Lee, all it took is one blank, and he was gone.
Yes,
but she survived a bullet.
How do you survive that?
A shooting.
I don't know.
Yeah. She went in for the MRI, and when it was over and the tech was pulling the table out, the patient started to scream. She stated that she felt nauseous, was in pain, and felt like she was going to pass out. Ambulance was called. She was sent to the hospital. A named health professional said the patient was checked out by the radiologist. Did she even mention to anyone? At that moment, I have a butt plug in my ass. Like, I'm just not understanding how this happened. What is that? The sound from her mouth out of her ass? I mean, is that?
Yeah, no, that's just the sound of her ass now.
The wind tunnel.
This is a wind tunnel.
Brutally terrifying. Absolutely, I agree with that completely. X, did you ever see that hands video?
This was back in the Two Girls in a Cup days when everybody was into like watching that sort of stuff. I saw an abbreviated version of it, but it was an angle where you just see the horse thrust forward, and you just hear a guy go, and you hear the guy, you just hear, ooh. Like no joke. The guy made the worst sound, and yeah.
Okay, I was looking for visuals on it, but I guess
no.
I guess not.
No, let's.
We will be everything. Don't.
No.
Close your browser. Close your browser.
There's actually a movie based on it called Zoo.
Yeah, Zoo. Yeah, and it's actually whoever the director of photography with that was really good.
The director of photography.
I mean, if you start watching it, and you can it's available on YouTube. It's a PG rated. It's a documentary on the society of guys who do these bizarre things. But there's no gratuitous, there's nothing graphic about it. It's just interviews.
I don't really think I have any interest in that. Now, how did he wind up dying?
He got
What Dennis just said. Yeah.
Wait, what
perforated
happened?
by a friggin' 18-inch long horse tongue.
Oh, he
Yeah.
took it.
Yes,
Yeah,
he
took the horse manhood, and it basically punctured him like a water balloon.
This is funny. Hold on. Finally,
By the way, we go off on the weirdest tangents.
This is oh my dear Christ.
One Horse, Mr. Hands by Disney and Pixar. Wow.
That's dark.
But no, up until very recently, that documentary is on YouTube.
I'm not sure I really want to know about that.
Um,
I surely hope this movie has a happy ending. It depends on who you are.
be brave. Be strong.
Oh!
Times will change.
Wow, look at you coming out of the dark with a clip we haven't heard in such a very long
Well,
time.
Jeremy Harrelson put it up. I had to.
Boy, do not despair. Be true to your feelings. Times will change. Your oppression will end. But if you remain, be safe, be brave, and above all, be proud to be a boy lover. Boy.
Good.
Boy.
They're good. They're good.
Oh,
they're
I
good.
didn't want to do that. Sorry. What? You have to tell us why you're laughing, Dennis.
Was Beth a stunt horse in the movie?
Yes. Yeah, okay. This is like insane. All right, let's move on. Fatty Arbuckle's first movie from 1909 is called Ben's Kid. No kidding. It all comes full circle. I love, you know what I love about us? I
What do
do
we
love
love?
that we have put Fatty Arbuckle into the zeitgeist that is our little gunk world, and it makes me so proud. It's just stupid things. Snurch, Fatty Arbuckle. I mean, just stupid things. Daddy's coming with the Vaseline. All right. So then Ronnie asks Howard if he got the text he wrote to him, and
Text.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right.
There's Ronnie.
Hey, did you get
make
my,
sure you're
quickly?
not-
Did you get that text I sent you about that
Yeah.
TV show? Okay.
And you know what? I've been so barraged by texts for my birthday that I didn't even have, I don't have a free minute anymore because do the show, and that requires a lot of work. And then I try to get in practice time for guitar, and then there's like life stuff. And I haven't even had time to write you back.
Sure.
But-
You know, Benjamin and Benjamin, I'm sure as you typed this, you were laughing because I'm laughing as I read it. We did that to Jared too. Of course, we killed him. Oh, Benjamin, you're so funny. You're so stupid. Shellback was asking who the hell is Fatty Arbuckle. Michael will tell him. Fatty Arbuckle, first celebrity busted with an underage girl. Yes, it was a huge scandal at the time.
Huge.
And you know the funny thing about Fatty Arbuckle is, because I know that we just love to distract ourselves from the actual main gist of this show. The funny thing is that Fatty Arbuckle, by today's standards, is actually not so fat. You know,
No.
just in general. I'm trying to pull up Fatty Arbuckle. Damn it, he's coming up, but it's just not.
It was smaller than Wendy and her crowd.
Yeah, I'm looking for a good fatty picture.
Good fatty picture.
Yeah, here's Fatty. Here we go. So here's Fatty Arbuckle, obviously in the center. Yeah, so Fatty, and you know, he was a comedian, and he's he was in the silent age, and he by today's standards is probably not that fat, honestly. You know?
No, actually, if you actually look up how heavy he wasn't that big.
No.
I mean, just think of Mary Delabate at her thinnest.
See this, Fatty. I mean, he's a big boy too.
Yeah.
He was like a big guy, and yeah, he got in all sorts of trouble. He really did. He fucked up a little bit, but it did not dissuade people from seeing his movies. He
was going to be bigger than Charlie Chaplin, but he died in 33.
46 years old.
He was young.
So there he is, little chubby boy, and yeah, he was 46. What did he die of? Can we see? I know we've talked about this.
I don't know. I don't remember if we looked up his death.
Arbuckle was a defendant in 3 widely publicized trials between November 1921 and April 22 for the rape and manslaughter of actress Virginia Rappy, who was rapied. Rappy had fallen ill at a party hosted by Arbuckle at San Francis Hotel in September 21 and died 4 days later. A friend accused Arbuckle of raping and accidentally killing her. First 2 trials resulted in hung juries. The third one acquitted him. Third jury took the unusual step of giving Arbuckle a written statement of apology for his treatment by the justice system. Despite his acquittal, the scandal mostly overshadowed his legacy as a pioneering comedian. At the behest of Aldous Zucker, president of Famous Players Lasky, his films were banned by motion picture industry censors. Will H. Hayes, after the trial, he was publicly ostracized.
Wow.
Yeah, moral outrage, blah, blah, blah. Hayes lifted the ban within a year, but Arbuckle only worked sparingly through the 20s. In their deal, Keaton promised to give him 35% of the Buster Keaton comedy profits. He later worked as a film director under the pseudonym William Goodrich. He was finally able to return to acting, making 2 short-reel comedies in 32-33. He died in his sleep of a heart attack at age 46, reportedly on the day that he had signed a contract with Warner Brothers to make a feature film.
Wow.
Oh, that's weird because I read that the cause of death was all-you-can-eat buffet.
Yeah. That could... By the way, this is what the suite looked like after the party that Fatty Arbuckle had.
Damn, that's a hell of a party.
You could see some shit went down there.
That's quite a shindig.
Yeah, damn it. That's like a Rolling Stones party.
Holy shit.
This guy knew how to party. No wonder he died of a heart attack when he was 46. Jeez.
That hotel room saw some things.
Yeah, no shit.
How old was Belushi when he died?
Around the same age. He wasn't that old.
Same age, yeah.
At that Chateau Marmont.
Yes, he never lived to bang Caitlin Hatley. That's true. There's that.
Which makes him the only guy on the East Coast who didn't.
Yes.
Exactly. All right, let's move on. Thank you for the slight departure into Fatty Arbuckle. I would still like to actually 33. Wow. I'd still like to do a deep dive into Fatty one day. Xavier.
Okay.
Let's just move on to not
These half seasons, and then it comes back 2 months later. It's so weird what they do.
I used to have a TiVo. I don't have that anymore. They took it away. For some reason, they don't allow it in my area. So now
they took it away. They don't allow it in my area. Can you explain that to me?
No, I really can't.
Like, what does that mean exactly?
I don't know.
Dude, this guy's he's a babbling, incoherent 70-year-old, bro.
I don't know. I don't know. It's like the neighbor taking away the Wi-Fi. I have no idea. Or them turning off the satellites. I don't know. I
TiVo
don't know what
service
this
is available in all of
means.
the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Mexico, Spain, and Taiwan at present. Okay, it failed. Let it go. Just let TiVo go. It's okay.
No, it's coming back for CES.
Now I'm watching on YouTube television. I can't figure out how to work it. I'm like, I can't find my 1,000-Pound Sisters. Beverly Hills Housewives. I can't even find what season I'm on. I fucking hate it.
Are you serious?
Sorry.
Can you imagine how lucky the guy who works on this shit is? He can just feed him any lie. He'll believe it. I'll be like, okay, Mr. Stern, I got to go over to Montgomery Wards and get the part for this. And he would totally just buy that.
He'd be okay with it. I did have a Wendy money montage, but I'm not going to play it because I don't.
No, but we did get introduced to another no talent.
Ugh, I didn't even record.
All right, so I'll bring it up. We got introduced to Jamie, another no talent that actually makes Sam seem like she is Gilda Radner. I mean, she is as talented in doing impersonations as I am at doing acrobats. I mean, she is utterly terrible. She does that horrible Wendy impersonation. Doesn't sound
She
like Wendy.
doesn't. So are you saying that she doesn't do Barbara Wawa?
She couldn't do Barbara Wawa if she tried. I mean,
She does Wendy because Wendy doesn't really call in and say things the way they want her to say things, so therefore it's not valid or interesting to have Wendy on.
no, instead they have this
That
really
mock
bad impersonator say
Yes.
really, really with no material. I like that she has no material on top of it.
What was her
And
name?
they what?
Jamie?
Jamie. And they came and they kissed her ass for 20 minutes today about how great she was and how she studied Wendy's voice. And they played Wendy's voice, and then it sounded nothing like Jamie.
Yes. I have a picture of her, I think. Let me just take a look, see. I have to go look on one of those idiots that works on the Stern Show and see all the people that he tagged, but I'm pretty positive I had some.
Maybe she's the one that also does the really horrible Joan Rivers. It has to be her. Oh my God. I mean, she is. I mean, I love they literally pull from the bottom of the middle. I mean, honestly, that's what you're getting on this show. People not good enough to actually like work on like cable.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Sorry, I was going back in this idiot's timeline to just find Jamie. I'm almost positive that we looked into her around Christmas time.
Yes.
And we saw that she was married to like some dude who's like a comedian or something. And she works on the show as a comedian / writer.
Yeah, those are titles that should not be anywhere near her name.
Yeah, there's way too many ugly.
Hey Mo, I have to bounce in 12 minutes, just so you know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Well,
Okay.
That's all. No big loss. No big loss.
Well, you'd be pleased to know that we are at our last clip, which happens to be the end of the show. So what you're going to find out now is all the things he hasn't gotten to yet and will be getting to at some point in the near future. And if you weren't listening earlier, we said historically Howard has always taken off for Martin Luther King Day. So therefore, Monday probably will not be a show day. So there's that. Yes, we all get a break from the wretchedness that is this show.
Yay! I get to sleep.
Indeed. Here we go. End of show.
He's got a million great gift ideas. That's
He did a commercial, and then he went back.
Let me just, before we get out of here, Robin, a big game coming up next week. Is it Duty? I play you a clip from a news story with one word missing, and you have to guess if the missing word is duty or not. And so I'm only telling you this in advance because you are the only contestant, so you can start thinking about it.
Yes.
Practice,
somehow.
yes. Also, if you are a fan of prank calls, yes, we love the one today, but the prank call showdown of the decade, Bigfoot meets Biggerfoot.
I can't imagine I could care
wilder
about
version
that.
of Bigfoot. If you can imagine, that's
So
going
that's
to
Tuesday and Wednesday of next week.
Wilder than the actual Bigfoot?
That's right. These are all teasers. This is what we call in the business teaser. Is it duty? Bigfoot meets Biggerfoot. Thank you to Billy Gibbons. His new song will be released on Friday, January 17th. Thanks for giving us the preview and the show Landman.
Oh, this was actually funny because he had no idea what the song was, right?
But more importantly, he let us be the first ones to play it here. So good luck with that,
What's the name of the
Billy.
song, Howard?
The name of the song is
Billy Gibbons' new song.
That's the name of it. Yeah, evidently. You know what? They never told me.
Like that. And then he went into commercial.
And he played, I think he played like 10 seconds of the song.
Yeah, which I didn't play because obviously
I know, but the thing is that literally he had nothing else. He could have just let the song play and
Play
left
out.
the air.
Play
him
out.
out.
No.
He didn't do that because he's a talentless hack. So yeah, and you know what was really missing from that announcement? Guest.
There are no guests.
There are no guests. There's no one wanting to come into this abortion of a show anymore. They really don't. They have better things to do to go on this podcast.
Who is Billy Gibbons? Who is he?
That is one of the guys from ZZ Tops. ZZ Top, the guitar player.
Yeah, he's actually a phenomenal guitar player.
He is.
In fact, he's one of the dudes that taught other famous guitarists how to play, because people can play a guitar, but to sing like what he does and play the guitar chords that he does, it's really tricky. So he's a very, very talented man.
Yes.
Is it curious that he also suffers from Robert Smith disease by still having that beard that long all this time?
It's his look, man. He has to have it.
Defines him.
He has to have it.
Don't you think just for shits and giggles one day you just want to like shave it all off and say, fuck it, I just want to go?
Nope.
Does he even know what his chin looks like? Does he
No,
even
he does not.
Probably
he hasn't
not.
Seen it. He hasn't seen it since the late 60s.
The late 1900s?
And the funniest thing is that the drummer's last name is Beard.
Beard,
He doesn't
yeah.
have one.
The irony of that's really funny.
The irony is very strong.
I literally know one ZZ Top song.
Only
similar-
one?
I don't know.
Which song is that?
Which one is it?
Legs?
You don't know Sharp Dressed Man?
Oh, I do know Sharp Dressed Man.
Yeah.
Top coat, top hat. I don't
What about
wear
Tube
them
Steak
because my
Boogie?
wallet's fat.
How many states boogie? What?
Tube Steak Boogie.
Tube?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Pearl
Yeah.
Necklace.
Is
They
that really
actually have-
a song?
Yeah.
That's really a song.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm still fascinated by Fatty Arbuckle's room.
Look at that, man. That is a party.
that
That's
is-
how you leave a room.
That's a party. So that is Diddy before Diddy. That's
Damn.
No. Fatty didn't roll that way with the young
Yeah,
boys.
no. There was chicks there.
Let's not besmirch Fatty Arbuckle's name.
Can we
Exactly.
besmirch-
Those broads there.
just besmirch nerds, please? Can we?
Yeah.
I'm going to keep this up on my computer because I really want to look into that after we hang up. All right. So yeah, peoples, that's what we got for tonight. And again, we may or may not have a show on Monday. And if there isn't one, that's good because, we all like a break from doing this shit show. Oh my God. And guess what? I got called for jury duty. Can you
did?
even? Can you even? I have never gone to jury duty in my life.
I went once.
I've always avoided it.
I couldn't get out of it once.
I've showed up twice and then they dismiss you before you even, the thing starts.
I would enjoy to do that process once at least. I don't know
No,
what.
no, it's not. No. And the people were such psychopaths. I was literally like, yeah, I can just look at people. I know if they're guilty or not. And I still got picked. And I'm like, really? You guys are insane. Like,
Yeah.
you somebody should object to me. I object to me.
I'm sure I could think of something to say, but some little small part of me genuinely wants to do it because I've never done it. So
I have family in law enforcement. I have family in the judicial system. And I still got picked. I'm like, really? Wow, you're a terrible defense lawyer.
yeah, exactly.
I'm the first person to remove.
Exactly. Well, you're the whitest guy they could find. So let's be honest, Dennis. You were.
Oh no. This was out in Dade City. Trust me. I was far from the whitest man there.
Well, they kicked me off when I looked at the defendant. I go, deal.
So, Dennis, do you have any new stuff?
Yes, I actually shot and edited and uploaded and put out there a beautiful video today. The most beautiful video.
Yay!
It's on the death of the American family car.
Okay.
Hey,
you mean the one that was replaced by the van?
SUV, and the truck. Yes.
No, what was the stupid thing? Soccer mom van? What were they called?
The minivans.
Minivans. Yeah.
Yes,
that's
minivans.
First, the stupid ass minivan.
Yeah, but now the SUVs and trucks have replaced our beloved family cars, and I go through the reasons of why and how, because it sucks. It really does suck. You realize there's only right now there's only four regular cars built by the big three. Three of them are Cadillacs and one's the Malibu, and the Malibu is going away this year.
Well, that's why all the cops had to go to SUVs.
Yep.
They stopped making the Crown Victoria, right? Is that what they're using?
And then they stopped making the Charger, and they don't have that either. So they have nothing. So yes, that's why they use SUVs and F-150s.
All right, so that's up now.
That is up now.
Now.
Cool.
So please go to DJ's Classic Garage. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit his little bell. Ring his bell so that he knows that.
Ring my bell.
You want to see more.
Watch it twice, please.
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. HWO Grillo. I love that every car on the road today is almost completely indistinguishable from the other. It's so true.
It's boring. Oh my God.
So boring. But they said that the reason that we have predominantly black, white, and silver cars is because people dictated that. Like they didn't want to have to choose. It's like they don't like when you give them like 7 or 8 different choices of car color, because they would all start to default to just black or white because they didn't want to choose color. It's like people with houses. Honestly, I hate a boring fucking house that's all white. It's like they just don't choose color because they're afraid of it, and
because they're window lickers. Okay.
Yeah, kind of.
So, wait, actually, I did, I did a video on these Durangos because one municipality, over half of them don't work because the engines blew up on them. So, yeah, I did do a video on those Durangos. They're not good. That's not a good vehicle.
See, Pello, go watch his video on that. All right, so friends, have a wonderful weekend. We'll definitely be seeing you next week, barring any unforeseen circumstances. And yeah, so thanks for joining us. Thanks for hanging with us tonight. Make sure that you like and subscribe this little shit show that we do here because you're all we have.
You're in, man. That's so empty.
It's real to me, damn it. All right. We'll see you anon. Bye. Thanks for hanging with us tonight. Please join us for any discussion at RadioGunk.com in the forums section. Follow us on Instagram or Twitter at RadioGunk. And don't forget to like this and subscribe to us and hit that little bell so that you know when we're going to have a new show. Thanks.